Be very careful who you talk to, because you'll never know who the informant is, who the cooperating witness may be, and you never know, somebody who was a friend today may have been flipped the night before and become your enemy tomorrow.
About humanity, putting truth in these lines, while they busy feeding lies. When you got that tunnel vision, gotta open up your eyes. Wake up and go to sleep. Man, I'm praying all times. And to my guys, ain't no other side. This for my brothers, I'ma pray we all shine. Lock the door. Go ahead, lock the door. Lock the door. Go ahead, lock the door. Yeah, you already know.
Depending on the lessons, some people eat, some people learn. But the game is going to send you a bill. Lock the door.
So tell me about the hogs, because there's not a lot of information, because I know them hogs that you spoke about really exist. So I'd like to hear more, because there's more people that are familiar with Sheik Thomas, Death Row Jeff, and Slim. I get a lot of people that don't remember them, but hold them same stories.
Right. Well, the guys that should remember is all the A numbers, because all these guys, when I came to the pen, I was a B number, so the hogs that was for me was all A numbers pretty much,
Mm-hmm.
And I can imagine what the numbers is today. They probably drew triple, as for the numbers that they gave you when you first came into the system, state anyway. But
Right.
yeah, he was, legends and all that old stuff, it was there. Like George Jackson, he was considered a hog,
Right.
It's a whole bunch of people like it was there before us, but when we came into the system, we had already heard about these people from being on the street, into the life like on the street. So what happened when we started going in the system, we wanted to take on that mentality, because at that time, that was very respectable. You wasn't going for anything regardless, So when we started coming through the system, it was a lot of these people still existing, and a lot of them took us under the wing, and a lot of them stayed exactly true to what we were. That's why we became hogs, And every set, I don't care what anybody say, every set had a hog from their particular set. That's why you could talk about, well, where was this guy from? It doesn't make no difference where he's from. Was he a hog when he got to the pen? You could talk to every set, and they'll tell you who their hog was in that pen. Like for me, I was from the west side. All the hogs that I was associated with that was pushing any kind of line when we went, half of them was from Compton, pretty much. And I can go from name to name to name, but I'd rather for a person from that set to tell you who they hogs were, yeah. So it's a cold history about them hogs. That's why, they say, man, where that nigga from? Nigga, that nigga's a hog. He said, what's a hog? And they'll run it to you, And they wasn't, no banging time or none of that shit. They was just wasn't going for shit, man. Not with the hacks or the corrections officers or whatever you want to call them. They weren't taking shit from nobody, period. And they was well respected.
And what I get from it, though, the hogs really set themselves up in the county before they even hit the pens. Is that correct?
Yeah, well, see, like I say on the street, we always had a big brother or uncle that went to the pen and got out and was telling us about what was going on there before we even went. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So I could just speak for a few. When I hit the pen, the people that was there on the main line with me and Chino, there was hogs. I can name a whole that crew that was with me. Because like when we started hitting the county jail, it wasn't like 4 or 5 people that was in the pen already in that era of time, and everybody know from the cases that was being committed in that era of time, especially like 70, 71, 72, and 73, 74, all around up in there, before bicentennial, all those people that was from our hood was in jail. So they already knew about the hogs and things that was put down before we even got there. So when we got there, we wasn't taking shit. We had already been programmed, We had always been programmed from listening to our uncles and stuff like that. But they knew we was going to the pen because they already had been through the system. And the way we was acting on the street, they knew we was going, so they try to give us the game on what to do and how to be. So when we at that county jail, it was it was wide open, and we went in there and, we was just riders. I can remember the county jail, as being shit. We come through there, we was taking tennis shoes, we was taking anything that we wanted because they really wasn't up on a lot of us at that particular time. And that 70 crew is actually the one that started 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, all through the 70. I called my case in 75, really, and got sent to the pen in 76. But all that area time right there, the people that was in that area, in that county jail, is the one created all the gang banging modules. You see, it wasn't no gang banging module, just one hole at that time. It was two, well, actually, it was 3 lockups as far as, what they call, you have 1750, and you have 1700, and then you had the old county jail, HOJJ, that had, a lockup over there, a high power. All 3 of these people high power, places with high power. In the old county jail at HOJJ, which was on the 10th floor. So them the only 3 actually high powers, but they had one hole in the county. You see what I mean?
Gotcha.
So once we start flooding the system, the county jails, it wasn't nothing but gangbanging, period. And wasn't none that in that area was straight hogs. They went from module to module to module. I mean, not 5 or 6. I'm talking about 15, 20 deep. We was pushing up in modules and shit. Period. And that's just how it went.
Okay.
Because for instance, I seen all the homies come because, like I say, I was in the era at the time when we just first started going in the system. So everybody that was catching their cases during that time, I had been to the pen already 3 times. I've been to the pen 3 times. And when Took and all them caught their case, that was my second time in the pen when they caught their cases. I'd already been there.
Okay.
So a lot of the sets and all this stuff started changing and stuff like that. But I had already been there, and pretty much people really didn't know how old I was. They really didn't, because I was going to juvenile hall, shit, and I was all the way to 21 years old. They thought I was 17 and 16. You feel me? So they didn't really know how old I was because I didn't look it at the time. So that's why I was able to be in that county jail when they found out how old I was, and they sent me to that county jail, and then we all there, man. I mean, you name them. I could name any nigga from any set that was there in that era of time. And most thing I could say about that era of time, they was hogs, period, and went to the pen, and that was the format, you know. And I seen that, you know, the way things was going while I was there, and on and on and on. But, you know, people that know me, they can speak on it. Shit,
Right.
you know.
Was Big Dog Bruno there?
Shit, Benadryl was a hog, man. See, I don't know, you know, I feel like setting people out like that, but, you know, I got nothing but respect for him, period, because he was there and he was a part of us. We was all together in that county jail, period, and wherever else we went, because we was the only one pushing line, period. You know, yeah, you had bank robbers, you had robbers and all that old shit, but we also had that in our Crip crew. We had bank robbers, pimps, and hoes, and everything else coming through there like that.
So what was it for you guys? I'm talking about the first dudes that hit that pen. They were in your area. What was it like for y'all?
Well, I know when you know, when Eddie, Athon, and all them caught their cases, and Bob and all those, they, you know, they actually had went through there in the Bad Habit Rabbit. These are people that was there before me, and I found
was Raymond there too?
Yeah, Raymond was there. We was all in Tracy together. If you look at Raymond got a B number just like I got a B number. Mine before 3 through 9. Raymond's got to be probably 9 or 8. Starting with a 9 or 8 number. See, we all had B numbers, so we all was there together. You know, when I slid through there, you know, a couple of homies. Well, one for sure, and I don't mention his name and nothing like that, but
right,
you know, he was actually pushing a cold line as far as CRIPPING go there, and everybody know who he is. Start with a B, you know, but he was he was pushing a cold line as far as that CRIPPING go. So we had followed those footsteps, man, really, you know. But yeah, it was nothing hard as far as we was concerned. But like I say, people don't understand. In Bitter Dog and a few more, Big Rebo, don't just name all the people that I associated with.
Right.
You know, when I went through there. And
Red
like
Dog.
Yeah, both of them, Dirty Red too. You know, we all half of the old Brandy's crew, half of all of them pretty much was in there. You know, so but me and Bitter Dog, Jackie Wilson, I could just name a few that's from Compton that I know that was there, pushing that cold line, period. We made all the lockups in there to name that crew right there.
And those were the hogs.
Absolutely. Ain't no question about it. And can't nobody dispute it. Can't nobody dispute that. In that era of time, they'll tell you, you know, shit, we created 4,800 and 3,200 and all the rest of them lockups. And people don't probably tell you about, you never heard of junior high power, huh?
I heard of it, but, you know, never been there or anything, but I heard of it.
Yeah, junior high power was they start separating a lot of Crips and giving their own high power when we had to wear them gray jumpsuits. And I think somebody, you know, filed to the court saying that we were discriminated against because we were getting singled out. We had to wear those gray jumpsuits and shit, you know. They made special high power. I forgot about that one. For the gray jumpsuit, I ain't talking about 1750 or 1700 either. You know, they say the new county jail, but actually it's well, they say the old county jail, but actually we was in the new county jail That's the one over by Twin Towers. That was called the New County because that was the only one new besides HOJJ, and HOJJ was the old county. So everybody loved going to HOJJ because, you know, the police over there, they was pretty much hogs too. The police over there, they wasn't like the one over by Twin Towers. Twin Towers wasn't but that county jail was the new. See, those over there was racial people over there. Them police over there was real racial, and, you know, but they backpack you and all that other shit. But those police in the old county jail, them sheriffs in the old county jail on down there by the CCB, Hall of Records, with a mark at under the ground right there. That old county, big old ratchet building still down there.
Yes.
Those police down there, you come in there, what they would do? Oh, you a hog, huh? Well, I don't want to. They'll take the motherfucking shit off. Y'all, wherever y'all at, y'all be going at it right there. You and the police. If you win, you in the car. I mean, you know, and even if you lose, they still respect you, but they didn't dog you out. They didn't jump on you, rat pack you, and shit like that. So a majority of them had classifications, and the classifications, you go and what they would do to see what you was made of and what you was cut with. So quite naturally, when they start seeing all the Crips come through the Bloods, shit, they just start putting this in just different types of modules and clearing out a whole fucking module and making it a whole for us, for all the riders. So they were separators, but it was cool because we know how to open the doors. They'll lock us in the hole. When they leave, we be on cheer all fucking day. Till lunchtime and shit, we'll get back in the cells like we've been locked up all day. We know how to open all the fucking doors. Yeah. Believe it or not. When anybody went through that era, them doors, in Nail County Jail have ever been in, modules that we couldn't open up. It's like on Charlie Road, the old side, not the new side, we could open those doors too, but the old side of the new county jail, really, we used to take books and put them at the bottom of the book, bottom of the door.
Remember that. I remember that.
And open all the fucking doors. And you have to really be there to know that shit. And see the
or you put something in the door and your door wouldn't lock, and you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you see, and sometimes, you know, you put the book and you step on the back of some doors and they open. They would open up. You know what I mean? They would open up. Then we had some police that was cool. They would just leave them open. Y'all be cool back here, man, because they know, you know, it was a hole. And, you know, they're like, and they would leave the doors open for us. We'd just be on the tier, though. We couldn't go outside the tier. None of that, you know. But, yeah, I met some down Bloods, Crips, man. I met some down ones, man. I mean, my little time. And like I say, I went through there for years and years and years. That was like my second home, you know.
Cali Miners, baby. HOOVER grind all the time. Music money. Got a dollar sign. Hub City. I'm a street nigga, streets fuck with me. I'ma keep pushing products till the feds get me. It's guap off top, diamond Cartier. That nigga wall won't give a broke bitch the time of day. They see me climbing, they see me shining. That's hard work, proof of grinding. New money got me tipping in that 550. Ali, bad man, and I'm so pretty. I got that tech with me, that's my hater sprayer. Go big, grind now, nigga, play later. What can I say? I'm addicted to this paper stacking, and I don't talk about it, I just make it happen.